Do you even wonder how rich people become so wealthy? Today I'm gonna go through a list of 13 things that describe the rich versus poor differences and talk about the habits of each group. But before we do that, let's define what rich means, since many people often ask this question. A recent American poll I found from CNBC said you need to have a net worth of at least $2.3 million or earn an annual salary of $300,000 to earn the title rich. Every human on this planet has the potential to be rich, including you. People who are rich have learned certain skills and techniques along the way that allow them to be so successful. These skills are what separate them from everyday people. I was curious to learn how rich people acquired their wealth, so this led me to do some research. As I researched and read a lot about topics on personal finance, money and rich people, I came across a book by Steve Siebold called How Rich People Think. It allowed me to shift away from a very poor mindset and rewire my brain to think and see things from a rich person's perspective. Over 85% of millionaires and billionaires are self-made. They did not inherit their money, steal their money, nor win the lottery. Look at Warren Buffett, for example. He grew up as a middle-class child, but got addicted to the world of business and investing at a very young age. Today, he is worth $72.3 billion. Nobody gave him this money. He earned it because he has always taken actions like the rich would and avoided the actions of the poor. Number 1. The rich focus on opportunities, not obstacles. There once was a shoe salesman that found himself in a faraway country trying to sell shoes to the natives. The only problem was nobody there wore shoes, and the sale was often quite difficult. The salesman soon gave up in frustration and decided to leave the area. On his way out, he met another shoe salesman. "Don't bother entering this town," said the first salesman. "These people don't even wear shoes." The eyes of the second salesman grew wide. "No one has shoes. Then I could sell a pair to everyone in town." How fortunate we are to stumble upon an untapped market. It's all a matter of perspective. The poor often see obstacles and quickly give up, while the rich see the opportunities and enter arenas that many wouldn't dream of. Number 2. The rich think both, the poor think either or. When faced with an either or choice, rich people try to find a way to have both. Let's say you give a rich person $5. They want the ice cream and the gum. Instead of thinking either or, they decide to get both. The rich mindset wouldn't buy the ice cream or the gum initially, but they might buy a 24-pack of water for $5 instead. They walk down the road, sell each bottled water to people passing by for 50 cents each and earn $12 total when finished. Now they can afford the ice cream and the gum and have money left over to spare. The rich have both mentality, not either or. Choosing both is a state of mind that has an accelerating effect on wealth building. When you are of the mindset of choosing both, you will always end up with more. When faced with either or decisions, poor people tend to choose one or the other, but not both. They haven't opened up their mind to the awesome possibilities that choosing both could have on their life. So they stay limited in their thinking and limited in their wealth because they don't want to ask too much. Even if they want both, they don't feel like they can have both because they might be perceived as greedy or undeserving. Number 3. The poor think about money in linear terms. Do you naturally think that putting in more time to your work equals more money? People with a poor mindset think this way, and that's why they are always exchanging their time for money. The wealthy know big money requires thinking about it in non-linear terms. The great ones are masters at generating money through ideas that solve problems. They realize since there is no limit to ideas, there is no limit to how much money they can earn. Number 4. The rich constantly learn and grow. The rich starve for knowledge because they know that the more they learn, the more likely they are to succeed. Successful people know that you can only change your life by continuously working on yourself and your goals. They spend their nights improving themselves, their careers, and their businesses. Warren Buffett reads 5 hours every day. Bill Gates reads 50 books a year. The average millionaire reads one non-fiction book a month because they want to grow themselves into the person that they want to be. Poor people stop learning as soon as they are out of school. Number 5. Rich people look for solutions and don't complain. Rich people know that building wealth isn't easy. There will be numerous challenges and roadblocks to get there. Rich people face these challenges head on, seeing them as a distance to grow and succeed. Positive people change things they don't like instead of complaining about them. A rich person never gives up until he succeeds in meeting his targets. They are always busy in finding new ways to convert their plans into success. They know that complaining will not move them forward and is where people stall out on their journey. Poor people don't like to be challenged. They like to stay in their comfort zone and keep things the way they are. Poor people will let the naysayers keep them down. Oftentimes, these people who aren't supportive are also people who have given up or never even tried. This is commonly referred to as the crab mentality. If crabs in a bucket work together, they could easily escape. Instead, they hinder each other's progress. If they can't succeed, neither can you. Number 6. Rich people take calculated action and use logic. When making financial and business decisions, rich people will use logic. They weigh the pros and cons of a situation before making a decision. Taking calculated action gives them confidence in their decision because they have done the background work. Poor people will often make decisions impulsively and without forethought. They may invest in a business venture because their friend asked them to, without looking at the business's financials. The financial outcomes in these scenarios are often negative with huge losses. Number 7. Rich people think long term. Becoming rich takes serious willpower and long-term vision. Rich people are thinking 20 years into the future and not looking for instant success. They know that it takes time and consistency in order to build true sustainable wealth. That's why they are purchasing stocks when the market downturns. You may not see wealth in 5 years, but will see huge growth further in the distance. If you want to get into investing in stocks as a beginner, check out the video from here. Poor people are short-term thinkers. They get caught up in instant success. Number 8. Rich people are clear in their goals. The number one reason most people don't get what they want is that they don't know what they want. Rich people are totally clear that they want wealth. They have a clearly laid out path towards their goals. They see obstacles as opportunities instead of roadblocks. They can map out the steps needed to reach their goals and have a clear plan of attack. Rich people are financial warriors. The warrior's way is simple. I'll be rich or I'll die trying. Poor people don't have a clearly defined goal of what they want. Number 9. Rich people have their money work hard for them, while poor people work hard for their money. The rich realize that you won't build wealth if you are constant to hourly pay. Everyone has the same allotted hours a day, yet the rich maximize those hours. Rich people see every dollar as a seed that can be planted to earn 100 more dollars, which can then be replanted to earn 1,000 more dollars. Rich people make it a point to find money in their budget to invest, and they do it on a regular basis. They save 20% of their net income and live on the remaining 80%. Instead of hoping there is money to put into investments at the end of the month, they are more likely to sacrifice spending money so they can invest it and watch it grow. Eventually, rich people get the choice to work or not. They purchase real estate smartly so they can have a relatively passive income stream in an appreciating asset. Their money works for them. If you want to know more about passive income ideas in detail, check out the video from here. Poor people think money is more important than time. Millions of people all over the world are trading their precious time for money. They spend most of their lives working an hourly wage, entirely dependent on their job. They rely on spending hours in someone else's company in order to get paid. They tend to spend their entire paycheck without saving money for investments. They spend more than they earn, and their debt is overwhelming them. Let's say something bad happens. If you have money put aside, the problem is solved and you can resume your life. If you don't and the situation is urgent, what do? Either liquidate an asset like your car, house, etc., or you can take a loan. For the rich, when the situation is over, they are left in the same position. While for someone who's poor, their lifestyle has been dramatically hit or now belongs to the creditor. Number 10. Rich people seek expert advice. If they cannot figure out something, they seek expert advice. Find out how they earn money, what they invest in, what kind of education they have, and get their advice on how to do those things yourself. Poor people seek amateur advice. They often listen to the opinions of others and seek approval from acquaintances. They accept opinions as facts and prohibit themselves from doing research once satisfied with an answer. Number 11. Rich focuses on money-making activities. While rich people are focusing their efforts on making money, the rich people are spending most of their time on pleasurable activities like shopping and watching TV. The rich people are familiar with the fact that time is money. They never waste time on the unnecessary things that do not pay off. Instead of wasting time on the couch, they are learning as much as possible about an area of interest and becoming experts. This is the key to success. Rich people sacrifice the present for the future. According to a NY Times source, American adults are watching 5 hours and 4 minutes on television every day. That's close to the number of hours you work at your full-time job. Rich people know and understand it takes a considerable amount of time to build an empire and make money work for them. They spend a lot of their time on activities that make money and have the potential to turn into a business that solves a problem. Believe it or not, most of them don't hit the jackpot overnight. They go through several hardships and failures before striking it big. Number 12. Poor people use credit card. If you use a credit card, you don't want to be rich. Only 8% of rich people use more than one card. Meanwhile, 77% of poor people have multiple credit cards. Credit cards are the last thing poor people should be touching. It's like digging yourself deeper and deeper into a hole you'll never be able to escape. As billionaire Warren Buffett once said, if you buy things you don't need, soon you will have to sell things you need. There are things that speak to a person's financial wealth. Usually they are things like fur coats, fine jewelry, and expensive watches. However, rich people around the world have gradually stopped indicating their social status this way. In one of his interviews, Bill Gates outlined that the watch on his wrist cost $10, despite the fact that he could afford millions of watches from the most famous brands. Some poor people are ready to save their money for years or even take out loans to be able to buy these things. Borrowing money from a bank doesn't seem reasonable because you need to pay interest on the loan. Debt is a big obstacle for building wealth. Number 13. Rich people hang around other rich people. I've heard it said a million times. You are the average of the 5 people you hang around the most. Rich people hang out with other rich people because they can learn from each other. They talk less about people and more about business, investments, social trends, and other subjects that help make them more knowledgeable. If you hang around successful people, you get inspired and motivated. If you want to stay poor, hang out with poor people. They don't have a plan. They tend to talk about everything other than what it takes to build more wealth. If you want to build more wealth, find wealthier friends. Adopting these qualities don't guarantee that you become a billionaire, but they can definitely help you live a life full of possibilities. Growing your wealth starts with growing yourself, and taking up good habits is the perfect way to start. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel right now. Just click on the subscribe button below this video, and if you want exclusive techniques of growing your income and business that I only share with subscribers, head over to Invest and Grow Online YouTube channel and subscribe for the latest videos. It's free. Now I wanna turn it over to you. Which technique from today's video are you gonna try first? Are you gonna try investing in long term, or do you wanna seek expert advice? Let me know by leaving a comment below right now.